For those of you who tailed my Los Angeles Sparks plus 14.5 points wager yesterday, I'm sorry. The Los Angeles Sparks put out an injury report, right before the game, saying 4 players were out with non-COVID related illnesses. That wasn't anywhere to be found on the internet prior to recording the content. I apologize. If you're following on social media at MC_Silly3, you will know that we bought back a little bit on the Sparks team total under 77.5 points. So we did recoup a little bit of the losses there. Again, apologies, but sometimes that's the nature of the beast. What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of The Bounce. We are a daily WNBA betting show that breaks down the odds boards and offers free selections for each WNBA regular season game. Today is Sunday, May 28th, and we are going big with 3 selections today in the 3 games that we have on tap to bet on. Before we get into the selections, though, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so now, and drop a like on the video. I'd very much appreciate that. As we look at today's odds boards, you will see the Atlanta Dream are 6.5-point home favorites over the Indiana Fever, with the total sitting at 162.5. The Chicago Sky are 2.5-point home favorites over the Dallas Wings, with that total sitting at 162. And the Las Vegas Aces are 12.5-point favorites over the Minnesota Lynx, with that total sitting at 169.5. The first play we have for you is the Atlanta Dream minus 6.5 points over the Indiana Fever. The odds are minus 110. Look, the Atlanta Dream, this is their season home opener, and if you don't think they're going to be pumped to play this game after a huge road win on Tuesday, I don't know what to tell you. They're simply a matchup nightmare for the Indiana Fever. They dominate the paint, they crash the offensive boards, they push the pace offensively, and simply put, the Indiana Fever don't have the roster to compete with this Atlanta Dream team and the way they like to play their basketball. The only chance the Fever have of covering this spread or even getting close to a potential win is if Aaliyah Boston turns into prime Shaq and goes off for, 35, 40 points in this one. She is a rookie. She's being thrown to the Wolves in her rookie season, and simply put, around her, the roster does not do her any favors. I expected this line to open up, upwards of minus 10 points for the Atlanta Dream. So I believe we're getting a discount here at 6.5. Lay the home points with the home team here, the Dream minus 6.5. The second play we have for you comes in the Dallas-Chicago game, and it's our first player prop of the season. We are taking Kahleah Copper of the Chicago Sky over 16.5 points at odds of minus 115. Look, we can break down X's and O's all day in terms of player props, why we like Kahleah Copper, but the fact of the matter is that through 3 games this season, she's thrown up 44 shots. The volume is there. She has knocked down only 16 of those shots for a 36% shooting clip. But this game is supposed to be high scoring. I expect both teams to trade buckets back and forth. Copper is their best player for the Sky, and the volume is going to be there for her on the offensive end. And we're hoping her shooting percentage goes up in this game to boost it up overall. The volume is going to be there, and we're banking on her to hit the majority of her shots here today and easily cash the over 16.5 points here at odds of minus 115. And finally, the last play we have for you is the Las Vegas Aces minus 12.5 points over the Minnesota Lynx. The odds are minus 110. Look, it's kind of ironic. We tried to fade the Aces last night, but the Sparks basically fielded a B roster, and the Aces were able to cruise through to a big lopsided win where they put up 93 points. Now they get a Minnesota Lynx team coming to town. They're basically the worst team in the WNBA, bar the Indiana Fever. But the Lynx do not exactly have an offensive juggernaut. They don't put up points in bunches, and they will not trade points with the Aces in this one. They don't have the defensive capabilities either to limit the Aces from getting what they want on the offensive end of the court. The Aces are going to be too much. The starters are going to go off, and I would be shocked if we don't see an Aces player put up at least 30-plus points in this game. Give me the Aces minus 12.5 points over the Minnesota Lynx at odds of minus 110. That wraps up the 11th episode of The Bounce. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to help support the podcast, please drop a like on the video. I'd very much appreciate that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any great content. We're doing WNBA, we're doing MLB, and we got some great things coming in the summer months. And share these pics with your friends on social media so we can all make some money together. The next episode of The Bounce will be available Monday night. Until next time.